Hey, this is Mark Paradis, and I wanted to let you know that starting Thursday, 23rd of April, 2020, I'm going to be teaching a new series of workshops every week, every Thursday, on the topic of orgasmic shamanism. Now, orgasmic shamanism is a practice which harnesses the power of the orgasm for personal transformation. Now, the point of this weekly series that I'm going to be teaching is to really focus specifically on the topic of awakening our higher purpose and awakening our deeper creativity. And I'm doing this now, this is kind of emerging now because we're living in a time where I think so many of us are asking ourselves the question, what am I doing right now? Am I doing what I'm meant to be doing? If we're feeling called to a higher purpose, how do we step into that purpose right now? So the idea of creating these weekly workshops was a way to really kind of support people on that journey. And people can do this workshop as a drop-in, or they can do it as a series, as an ongoing series. Either way is completely fine. The workshops are for men only, and they're 2 hours every week, and they're for men only because we are working with orgasmic energy, so the workshops are clothing optional, and there's also the possibility of genital stimulation. So for that reason, they're men only. The workshops are on Zoom online, so they can be accessed from anywhere around the world. Essentially, each workshop is 2 hours long, and it kind of takes people through the orgasmic shamanism process. So essentially, orgasmic shamanism has three parts. It starts with shamanism, the shamanistic part, which is about energetic transmission, because a shaman essentially has developed the abilities to transmit energetically and to help support the transformation of others through transmission. So that's the first part. The second part is the somatic practice, because as well as reaching oneness through shamanism, what we're looking to do is look for reaching oneness in the body. So we'll be using practices of breath, sound, movement, and touch to kind of awaken spontaneous movement in the body. And when we awaken spontaneous movement, what we're doing essentially is that we're awakening our connection to Eros. And that connection to Eros is the connection to our highest purpose. And that's essentially where this work really is, because essentially what we're doing here is really supporting through shamanism and through the somatic movement work the ability to access oneness, to access our limitless potential, and that's how we get to awaken our deepest creativity. And so essentially, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going through different themes and phases of this work. And the first phase that we're going to be looking at is discovery, the discovery of your erotic essence. And so that's the first one that we're going to be going through for the first 4 weeks. And then after that, we'll be moving on to other phases such as harnessing and embodying Eros, sharing your erotic essence, and transformation, because essentially this is a path to transformation. And what we're doing when we're harnessing and sharing our essence, our highest essence with other people, we're helping to support their transformation, but we're also transforming ourselves, because when we connect to our highest essence and live from that place, we're really supporting our own growth and our own transformation process. So once again, this whole workshop is going to be based on harnessing the energy of the orgasm, and this can be done clothed or naked, and it can be done with genital stimulation or without. So the participants will get to choose, and it'll all be guided. And again, you can drop in to just one class, or you could do it on a regular basis. Each of the workshops will be 2 hours long and will be composed of an arrival time in which we kind of tune into the shamanic energy container and the transmission and the energy work begins. The second part is going to be a theory and knowledge sharing, kind of like a lecture, where we're going to be looking at the topic of the day. So for instance, discovering your essence, increasing your intuition, how to make money from your essence, or whatever the topic is of that specific week. And then the next part is going to be really going into the dive somatic practice. So the dive is really the part where we go into the guided practice, going into the body, using breath, sound, movement to unlock spontaneous movement and connect to Eros. And when we're connecting to Eros in that way, we're connecting to a deep intelligence, to our highest essence. And the last part of each of the workshops will be a closing space in which each person will get the chance to share their experience, share what they went through, and we'll talk about how we can continue the process on. So once again, this is the Orgasmic Shamanism Weekly series, which I really hope that you'll be joining for. The prerequisite for being part of this series is to have joined the Orgasmic Shamanism intro session. So these happen really regularly. If you want details on that, you can check the information at the link as well. These happen really regularly. So if you haven't done one yet, you can definitely jump on one of those really quickly. And if not, you can also do it via recording. I'm happy to send you a recording of a previous session that you can do at any time before getting started on this journey. So if you have any questions, you can email me. You can find my contact information in the description below, and all the rest of the information of the event is also in the description below. So I really hope to see you there, and I hope that we'll be diving together and discovering our erotic essence together. Thank you very much for listening to this, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.